effective July 1, and then you have a good argument that it's May 1st of the following year. Yeah. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to call this Tuesday, July 1st, 2025, meeting of the Oldsmar City Council to order. I'm guessing there's some people in the room who are guessing that I am not Mayor Katie Gannon. I am Vice Mayor Steve Graber. Mayor Gannon is unable to attend tonight's meeting, so I will be the chair. The first two items on our agenda are the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by our city attorney, Mr. Tom Trask. Please rise.
Our Heavenly Father, we seek blessings on the tasks before us. Bless our efforts with clear insight, our deliberations with wisdom, our work with clarity and accuracy, and our decisions with impartiality. We pray that our work this evening will find favor in your sight. This we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tom. The next item on tonight's agenda is the open forum. Each speaker will be recognized once and will be limited to a 5-minute presentation on any subject that is not scheduled for a public hearing. There are no public hearings tonight. The open forum, I don't like to conclude it if everybody's still talking, so I will let it go past 7:30. If any speaker has not been heard at the conclusion of the open forum, the mayor or the vice mayor in this instance may announce a continuance, and they will be given an opportunity to speak. If you would like a member of city staff to follow up on a comment or question made at the meeting, you may fill out a comment card with your contact information and give it to the city clerk. Comment cards are available at the back table in the council chambers. Completing a comment card is not necessary. I do have one green card, and that is Tom O'Shea. Tom, if you'd like to address council.
Tom O'Shea, 208 Lake Charles Court. I just want to comment upon item number 8, suspending the public safety fund for a year, the 1%. I think public safety is important, and if you need to raise my taxes to make sure we have funding for public safety, I'm okay with that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. Anyone else on this side of the room wishes to address council? Anyone on this side of the room would like to address council? Peggy?
Peggy Allison, 63 Pelican Drive. I don't know if this is really where I'm supposed to mention anything, but I know we talked about the veterans the other day. And then I went home and I thought about this, and I talked to a few of our veterans in the park. And I asked about their opinions of how they thought about, after we discussed about being veterans and being the city of Oldsmar. And some of them said that they didn't think that being a city of Oldsmar residents should be a qualification. They thought it could be if your residents had Oldsmar zip code would qualify. And they understood about people living in Oldsmar but weren't considered actual residents. And so I told them that I would bring this to the council and let them know how they felt about that. And then I asked them told them that I had applied. You know, I'm not a veteran. That doesn't bother me now. But they did say that, you know, being a veteran and being just, quote, having the zip code 34677, they thought that that was something that it really didn't matter as long as they had that zip code. So I thought I would bring that to you as, you know, your councilman. They felt that they are still considered City of Oldsmar residents in a way because they do have that zip code. Me being a retired postmaster, I understand that. You know, they are considered residents in a way. So I just thought I'd bring that to you from my veterans group in Galler Village. So I hope this is where I'm supposed to convey that to you guys. Okay?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else wish to? Dave, sure.
Vice Mayor, Council, City officials, good evening. David McKinley on behalf of Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, 101 State Street just downstairs, working with everybody. I've got Mark Howes, our president and CEO, and I want to cover our recent awards and installation dinner that we had that not everybody was able to attend, unfortunately, but we've got a captured audience this evening. And so I'm going to cover a little bit of what we discussed that evening, and that is over the past year, you're very aware that our city has gone through some significant challenges, including the consecutive hurricanes of Milton and Helene, both historic very much in their own way. And while government's broad support and alliance was formed during that time frame with many of the nonprofits in the area, our specific goal at that time was to help residents directly, street by street. The Oldsmar Support Services Alliance was established by members of these local nonprofits with direct support from the city of Oldsmar. This alliance includes Oldsmar Cares, the Community United Methodist Church of Oldsmar, VFW Post 12186, Life is a Donation, Operations Jack Village, and the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce in conjunction with the Upper Tampa Bay Education Foundation. Each one of these organizations provided time, effort, services, labor, and love throughout our greater Oldsmar community. While it's impossible to recognize any one individual, there are two names, regardless of where we were, that continue to come up consistently. As we emerge through discussions across our community and through our neighborhoods, these two individuals, both members of the Alliance, had and possessed an unwavering positive attitude, a drive for action, and a genuine desire to help others. As they overcame adversity, these two individuals, I'm going to ask them to join me now, is Nicole Williger and Christine Duncan. That way it's not just our ugly faces on the screen. I'm going to do my own introduction on them. As we know that Nicole is very passionate about people, problem solving, and making connections. Her work at HR Edge, where she exceeds and excels in organizing and coordinating resources and support organizational goals throughout the area. This provided perfect experience that we needed across the entire volunteer network as we continued our efforts among the community. Outside of work, she's also a wife and a proud mother of 3 active kids. Just three?
No, I have a lot of
Super
extras
active.
on
The neighborhood kids, right? In addition to that, Christine, also a dedicated wife, mother, and serves as a community outreach leader for the United Methodist Church. She improves on resource collection, the distribution to those in need, and while managing catastrophic damage to her own home and that of her families in the neighboring community. Christine understood that the losses were not just her own profound impact with her family, but across the entire community. Unselfishly, these ladies continue to be a local leader and coordinator. Rather than focusing inward and consistently open her hands and her heart, in her own words, it's not just about me, but it's about Oldsmar, and we might be small, but we are mighty together. Nicole and Christine continue to work together across the Alliance and throughout the city to provide greater support by our neighbors. Nicole reminds us that together we are all Oldsmar strong, and that the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce was proud to work in conjunction with the city of Oldsmar to recognize for the first time ever our 2 Citizens of the Year.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Mark, Dave, do you want a picture with council?
Yes, please.
They're big enough?
Yep. If we have any of the other Alliance members that are present here this evening, could you come up and join us for the photo, please?
We happen
I
to
can't
have
wait.
Liz, we happen to have.
Liz is going to beat me up later for calling her out right now. It's Christine's fault.
Yay.
Who else? Anybody else?
Thank you, everyone. Oh, there's still a few seconds left.
You're counting back up.
Because there's no way that I'm not going to leave here without saying our also Oldsmar Cup winner, Miss Felicia Donnelly.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you both. I know that you weren't told that you had to go to the meeting, but they can't tell you have to go because you're the Citizen of the Year. They kind of want to make it a surprise, but it was a wonderful night. Congratulations. I'm glad we were able to do this tonight. Does anyone else wish to address council during the forum? Amber.
Amber Stevens, 318 Lafayette Boulevard. Just to reiterate my enthusiasm for Nicole and Christine. I'm so excited that they got Citizen of the Year, highly deserving, just as Mr. McKinley was saying, so thank you. And also, it's day one of Parks and Rec month. I hope everyone's getting out there. I did mine today. I was at Sheffield playing basketball. My kids and I did it. We had a blast. And we actually saw some teenage boys, and I told them, that is awesome, you guys are out here. And they're like, yes, we're out here because there's nothing to do at home. And I said, that's good, get out there. So hope to see more of you out there another several days of July. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else wish to address council during the forum? I'm looking at you, Mayor B. You're not going to say anything tonight? All right. Well, with that, I'm going to close the open forum. The next item on our agenda is the community minute, which will be handled by our city clerk, Kristen Garcia.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. All city offices, libraries, and facilities will be closed on Friday, July 4th in observance of the Independence Day holiday. Applications are now open for the Janice Miller Citizens Academy Class of 2025. Classes run Thursdays, September 4th through October 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. and are open to residents and non-residents ages 14 and up. To apply, please contact the city clerk's office at 813-749-1116. And honor a local hero. Names of Oldsmar veterans selected by the Veterans Advisory Board will be read during the Veterans Day ceremony on November 11th. And those names would be engraved on the wall. Submit applications by September 10th. And again, please contact the city clerk's office. And that's all I have.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is approval of additional new agenda items, which is item number 12. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion
Second?
and a second. Any discussion? Nope. Sensing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Next item on our agenda is awards and recognition. It's item number 1, which is the firefighter's oath and pinning of Armando Fonseca. And the oath will be given by City Clerk Kristen Garcia. Kristen.
Testing. Stand in front of me. And then please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Armando Fonseca,
I, Armando Fonseca,
do solemnly pledge
do solemnly pledge
to uphold the laws and Constitution
to uphold the laws and Constitution
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
the state of Florida,
the state of Florida,
and the city of Oldsmar.
and the city of Oldsmar.
I pledge to remain ever vigilant,
I pledge to remain ever vigilant,
protecting our citizens' lives,
protecting our citizens' lives,
health, homes, and property.
health, homes, and property.
I pledge to accomplish our mission
I pledge to accomplish our mission,
through education, training,
education, and training.
and the commitment to accountability.
Sorry, what was,
And the commitment
and the commitment
to accountability
to accountability
and respect.
and respect.
I pledge to accept,
I pledge to accept,
with honor,
with honor,
the duties and responsibilities
the duties and responsibilities
of firefighter
of firefighter
for Oldsmar Fire Rescue.
for Oldsmar Fire Rescue.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Pin his badge. Perfect. Thank you.
Next item on our agenda is item number 2, which will be handled by our city manager, Ms. Felicia Donnelly.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Quite welcome.
Item number 2, I would like to invite Michelle Roy up to the lectern. Michelle is going to give us a presentation of the Cigna 2024 Gold Level Healthy Workforce Designation Award. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Felicia. Good evening, Council. Good evening, Vice Mayor
Good evening.
Graber. My name is Michelle Roy. I am the Director of Human Resources. So Cigna awards a Healthy Workforce designation to clients who demonstrate a strong commitment to improving the overall health of their team members. So the designation is about a genuine culture shift that embeds healthy practices into our workplace and beyond. This can help reduce stress and burnout, and it hopefully lowers healthcare costs and improves employees' well-being and satisfaction. So there's 3 levels of excellence that Cigna awards. So they've got the bronze, the silver, and the gold. So last year we were selected for the silver level. That was really exciting. And this year I'm so excited to announce that we got gold. Yay! So some of what our program offers, just to explain a little bit about what was evaluated. We include on-site screenings, engaging events, educational seminars. It's all designed to bring employees together in camaraderie and to support and educate employees on a variety of different topics. Additionally, we have strategically structured our medical plan to reduce financial barriers. We eliminated co-payments for primary care visits and for mental health visits. We offer preventative screenings at 100%. And we provide access to free nutritional counseling with a registered dietitian. So each employee that is enrolled in our health plan is also provided with a health reimbursement account, and that is to help offset out-of-pocket expenses that requires maybe a copayment or a deductible or coinsurance. But we all know that health is just more than that physical part, than the health insurance part of it. So we also offer employee recognition programs. We celebrate employees' milestones. We spotlight the many examples of their dedication to the city. We highlight experiences and personal things that are going on outside of work for them. We offer professional development opportunities for those who want to further their career at the city. We support flexible and hybrid schedules, provide time paid off to spend, with loved ones and vacation. Volunteer opportunities in the community, financial wellness trainings, retirement planning, and tuition reimbursement. We aim to create a healthy work-life balance where employees can manage both areas of their life harmoniously. When at work, we strive for a culture that encourages collaboration, teamwork, and respect. And while not at work, we recognize the importance of disconnecting, even in this digitally connected world, so employees can enjoy uninterrupted personal time. In conclusion, all of Cigna's clients, both public and private, with headquarters in the United States were eligible to be considered for one of these designations. In the state of Florida, Cigna has 210 government clients, of which 24 received some level of recognition, either the bronze, the silver, or the gold. So again, I'm so proud that the city's been recognized with the gold level this year. So in addition to the trophy, which is pretty exciting, we were also provided with a digital designation badge that we proudly display on our employment and recruitment page on our website. And I want to thank our city manager and the council for supporting all the initiatives that we put out for employees, and that has allowed us to achieve the gold level. It makes the city an awesome place to work, so thank you.
Picture?
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Yep. Great job.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is the Community Redevelopment Agency, which there are no items. So that brings us to our consent docket, which will be handled by our city clerk, Kristen Garcia.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Item 3, consider approval of the minutes of the June 17th, 2025 council meeting. Item 4, consider approval for the purchase of a broom attachment to the John Deere 544P front end loader in the amount of $26,477 from Dobbs Equipment under the same terms and conditions as Florida Sheriff's Association Contract FSA 23-EQU 21.0. Item 5, consider authorizing city manager to advertise 2025-005 ITB construction of State Street drainage ditch improvements project.
Thank you. Does anyone wish to pull anything from the consent docket?
Nope.
Sensing no, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Sensing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Next is our city attorney, Mr. Tom Trask.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 6 is consider adopting Resolution 2025-16, establishing a future leaders program. On May 20th of this year, the council discussed proposed revision to the Resolution 2023-27 regarding ex officio team members on advisory boards and gave some direction to the city clerk and I. I'm going to go through those directions that were given to us. First of all, with regard to eligibility, we were asked to update the criteria to include individuals up to the age of 18 or through the conclusion of their senior year of high school, whichever occurs later. With regard to expanded participation, we were asked to add the Public Arts Advisory Board to the list of eligible boards. Team members may serve on all city advisory boards as non-voting ex officio members. With regard to volunteer hours, wanted us to clarify that participation may qualify for volunteer service hours, including those required by Bright Future Scholarship Program. With regard to recognition, you wanted us to add a provision that provided that team members who attend and actively participate in a minimum of 5 advisory board meetings, they will be eligible to receive a certificate of recognition, and that certificate may be presented during a council meeting. With regard to the application process, you wanted us to revise it so that the application would be submitted to the city clerk's office with no formal city council action being required. And lastly, with regard to the program structure, wanted us to include that the initiative will be structured as a program rather than an appointed position, and it would be officially named as the Future Leaders Program. I'll go ahead and read that resolution by title only. This is Resolution 2025-16, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, establishing a Future Leaders Program instead of a teen board member position on advisory boards, addressing eligibility, volunteer hours, and teen recognition, repealing Resolution 2023-27, and providing for an effective date hereof. That was reading of Resolution 2025-16 by title only.
Thank you, Tom. Council, most of the time with boards, I think all the time with boards, I always would rather have all 5 of us here to discuss these things, especially one with this amount of substantive changes. And so if it's okay, and City Clerk, if it's all right, just in terms of anything that needs to be done on your end, if we postpone this to July 15th, City Attorney, that wouldn't cause any issue on your end either?
It's not going to cause any issue.
I'll entertain any feedback about that, but I would ask for a motion to postpone this until the July 15th, 2025 meeting.
Move to postpone this agenda item until the July 15th council.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion?
No.
Sensing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Item number 7.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 7 is consider Resolution 2025-17, revising the membership requirements for the Veterans Advisory Board. Again, as a follow-up to direction that was given to the city clerk and I with regard to the Veterans Advisory Board. When you discussed this issue on the June 17th council meeting, you asked us to revise the standing resolution to include a provision that membership required for the Veterans Advisory Board would require all board members to be veterans and Oldsmar residents. When you see the resolution itself, it's the second sentence under Section 2, which reads, all members of the board must be veterans and residents of the city of Oldsmar. Otherwise, the remainder of the resolution remained the same. I'll go ahead and read this resolution by title only. This is Resolution 2025-17, A resolution of the City Council of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, reestablishing the Veterans Advisory Board, revising membership requirements, providing for the repeal of Resolution 2024-24, and providing for an effective date hereof. That was reading of Resolution 2025-17 by title only.
Thank you, Tom. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? No? And just to Ms. Allison, Peggy, we discussed those requirements at length at the last meeting. I know you were there. I think the way that we've understood it and the way we'll understand it going forward is if the way that it's written, if a quorum is present, then great. If it becomes impossible to hold those meetings, I thought the Veterans Advisory Board was willing to understand that we would have to expand the requirements to assure that it could still move forward. But as it stands right now, I have a motion to approve and a second. No further discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Next is our city manager, Ms. Felicia Donnelly.
Thank you. Item number 8 is to approve a resolution 2025-14, suspending the annual ad valorem tax transfer from the general fund to the Public Safety Impact Fund for fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025, and ending September 30th, 2026. On October 3rd, 1995, the City Council adopted Resolution 95-35, providing for an allocation of 1/10 of a mill in ad valorem taxes to the Public Safety Impact Fund annually. On September 18, 2006, the City Council adopted Resolution 2006-37, which repealed Resolution 95-35, effective October 1st, 2006, and therefore also halted the transfer. On April 2nd, 2019, City Council adopted Resolution 2019-06, reinstating the annual allocation once again. On June 30th, 2023, City Council adopted Resolution 2023-13, suspending the annual allocation for fiscal year 2024. On August 27th, 2024, City Council adopted Resolution 2024-32, suspending the annual allocation for fiscal year 2025. As part of the fiscal year 2026 budget development process, rising costs for products and services essential to governmental operations have significantly impacted the general fund. While some revenues continue to meet targeted projections, the combination of increasing costs and lower than anticipated property value growth, as received from the Pinellas County Property Appraiser, have not kept pace with rising costs of provision of government services. To help address this budgetary gap without increasing the millage rate for fiscal year 2026, staff has reduced departmental budget requests and is also recommending that the City Council suspend the annual transfer from the general fund to the public safety fund for another year. This resolution only applies to fiscal year 2026, with the transfer automatically reinstated for fiscal year 2027. I also wanted to add that the fire department has been fully funded in their requests. So this doesn't stop the council for using general fund to fund fire department equipment, which you all have been doing. So I just wanted to make that note that, thank you, Tom, for bringing that up, that this doesn't affect their ability to get equipment and supplies. So I'm going to read the resolution by title only. Resolution 2025-14, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, suspending the annual ad valorem tax transfer from the general fund to the Public Safety Impact Fund for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025, and ending September 30th, 2026, and providing for an effective date hereof. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Just a question
Councilmember Swager?
for the city manager. It seems like there's a lot of history with this, on, off, on, off. Is this something that, just out of curiosity, that we address every year?
We could, or you could talk about, a long-term repeal of the resolution. The 1/10 of 1 mil is artificially establishes a ceiling for their costs for fire department equipment as well. So that's why we supplement it with the general fund money. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's really up to you all.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think to that point, I think it's worthwhile to discuss it each year, just so it doesn't, it's like, oh, we're bringing that up again, when's the last time we did? And I mean, when we have residents that are paying attention and want to ask questions about it as well, so. As you continue in your career, council member, you'll see some things are cyclical, so it's important to discuss them at the appropriate times each year. But I have a motion, I have a second, we have discussion. Sensing no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Item number 9.
Is consider approval and execution of participant agreement with CrowderGulf joint venture for disaster debris collection and removal services as part of the Pinellas County Emergency Contract 25-00029E. During the hurricane events and other emergencies, we had significant debris that exceeded our capacity of normal solid waste haulers. When the city's normal solid waste hauler and city staff lack the equipment and manpower to restore the city to working order, a debris collection and removal contractor is utilized for these services. On May 2nd, 2023, the City Council approved an interlocal agreement with Pinellas County for the cooperative procurements of disaster debris collection and removal services and disaster debris monitoring and management services. On October 7th, 2024, the state of Florida issued RFP H7129 for disaster debris and removal within the Florida Department of Transportation District 7, which includes Pinellas County. The state contract unit price for loading and hauling vegetative debris from the right-of-way to the debris management site is $14.98 per cubic yard compared to loading and hauling of vegetative debris at $7.68 per cubic yard under the county contract. Additionally, the state contract unit pricing for loading and hauling construction and demolition debris from the right-of-way to the DMS site was $18 per cubic yard compared to $7.68 per cubic yard for the C&D collection and hauling under the county contract. Subsequent to the new state contract, the city issued an emergency bid to address the lack of vendors responding to the emergency under the terms of the original county contract. On November 5th, the City Council of 2024, the City Council approved an interlocal agreement with Pinellas County for the cooperative procurement of the debris collection and removal services and the monitoring and management services based on an emergency county bid. The interlocal agreement made by the City of Oldsmar participating municipality in the agreement. Now that the city has received the fully executed interlocal agreement back from Pinellas County, this agenda item requests authorization of a participant agreement between the city and CrowderGulf joint venture, which references the current county agreement and pricing. So we're bringing the interlocal participant agreement for your consideration tonight. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
We don't need it.
Yeah. Well, it's important. Sensing no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes. Item number 10.
Is to consider ratification of emergency purchase of disaster debris collection and removal services for Hurricane Helene and Milton debris per the Pinellas County Cooperative Contract RFP number 25-00029E, agreement between CrowderGulf Joint Venture and the City of Oldsmar. In accordance with our procurement ordinance, the city manager, I authorized an emergency purchase for hurricane-related debris collection and removal process services in the aftermath of the hurricanes. During declared emergencies, contracts can be issued to address emergency conditions and the purchases presented to council for ratification after the emergency conditions have ceased. Thus, now that the final amounts are known, this agenda item requests ratification of the purchase of disaster debris collection and removal services as a result of the hurricanes. During Hurricane Helene and Milton, significant debris was generated which exceeded our capacity. The city's contracted hauler could not pick up all of the debris, and so we needed CrowderGulf to pick it up in a reasonable amount of time. And so In order to receive FEMA reimbursement, significant effort must be taken to ensure that the debris contractors are paid correctly and federal funds are stewarded properly. Since these funds are typically reimbursable by FEMA, the amount of equipment required is extensive and the cost to remove debris can be significant. Debris monitoring and management services are typically contracted experts in the field to maximize the reimbursement. On May 2nd, 2023, as the previous item indicated, we approved an interlocal agreement with Pinellas County. As a result of the state of Florida issuing a new RFP for disaster debris removal with higher rates than the existing county contract on October 7th, 2024, county and municipalities were unable to maintain disaster debris collection and hauling under the existing county contract. Therefore, on October 14th, the county undertook a competitive emergency solicitation for disaster debris. The emergency solicitation and resulting contract 25-00029E culminated in an interlocal agreement allowing the city of Oldsmar to enter an agreement with the awarded vendors for the hauling and the monitoring. City Council approved the interlocal agreement with Pinellas County for the collection and removal services emergency contract on November 5th, 2024. The city recently received the fully executed interlocal back from the county. That was the item previously. Therefore, the participant agreement between the city and CrowderGulf joint venture is being presented as a companion agenda item. This agenda item requests council to approve and execute the participant agreement for disaster with CrowderGulf joint venture. The agreement is cooperative with Pinellas County and has predetermined rates for activities, and these include debris clearance, tree operations, collection and hauling, managing and reducing solid waste, construction and demolition debris, final disposal. The city received several preliminary quotes for debris hauling immediately after the storms. These estimates range from $5 to $7 million. A purchase order was issued to Crowder Joint Venture for $2 million and was later increased to $2,206,725.54 after the service was completed, in full of receipt of the final invoice. City's already received reimbursement from FEMA that covers the cost of this expense. The purchase was unanticipated and approved in an emergency circumstance, and the budget needed to be revised. The budget revision approved by council in February ensured that there are sufficient funds in the fund to pay for the $2.2 million purchase being ratified in this contract. Staff recommends approval.
You want to read that again?
Thank you.
I missed the third sentence. Right. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Sensing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Item 11.
Is the consideration or consider ratification of emergency purchase of debris monitoring services for Helene and Milton per Pinellas County Cooperative Contract RFP number 22-0601-P between TetraTech and the city of Oldsmar. During the hurricane, there was significant debris. And, an outside firm, TetraTech, was hired to handle the debris monitoring as required by FEMA. So City Council approved the interlocal with the Pinellas County for disaster debris monitoring and management services, as well as a participant agreement with TetraTech on May 2nd, 2023. Monitoring of the debris is an independent service, such as TetraTech, is necessary to ensure that the work is reimbursable. In accordance with the city's procurement ordinance, I'm authorized to authorize an emergency purchase, which I did for the debris monitoring in the aftermath of the storms. The final amounts are now known. This agenda item requests ratification of the purchase of debris monitoring services as a result of the hurricanes. The debris monitoring services that have been provided are contract compliance, supervision, and inspection, including not limited to load site monitoring services and issues of debris load tickets, debris site monitors to check and certify truck and trailer loads and complete load tickets, roving debris monitor to verify eligible debris removal from designated pickup zones and oversight of debris and disposal operations, debris management reporting and tracking debris removal activities to ensure accurate documentation. A purchase order was originally issued to TetraTech for $250,000 based on an initial estimate. The service has been completed in full and the final invoice has been received. The total amount was $96,557. The purchase was unanticipated and approved as an emergency circumstance, and the budget was revised on February 18th, 2025 to ensure that there were sufficient funds in the account to pay for this item. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Sensing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Felicia. Next is our city clerk, Ms. Kristen Garcia. Any items for us tonight,
I
Kristen?
have no items this evening.
Okay, thank you. Next is city council. Item number 12. Consider approving the distribution of $232,520 of federal fiscal year 24-25 Edwin Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant Program funds. Has some background. The Edwin Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant, JAG, is a national formula-based block grant program administered by the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, with the goal of improving the criminal justice system. The JAG program provides funds to local and tribal units of government, as well as state criminal justice agencies, to enhance initiatives in their jurisdiction. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement requests the City of Oldsmar, along with other agencies, approve the distribution of funds to be in compliance with Florida Administrative Code 11D-9. The recommended motion is to approve distribution of $232,520 of federal fiscal year 24-25 Edwin Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant Program funds. I will entertain that motion.
So moved.
Motion?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Sensing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion passes. Next is item 13, council comments, and I will start with Council Member Tadezewski.
I'll keep it short.
Okay? That it?
Yeah, that was it. Now, I was told at the beginning of this meeting to be nice because
I
you were
said best be-
subbing,
I
and
said
I
best
was very
behavior. I didn't
nice
say
all
nice.
meeting. Just wanted to be noted that you started this.
That's-
Just a quick thank you to anyone who sent their prayers and good vibes to us. My son, I mentioned he was in driver's ed. He did pass his driving test and got a waiver, so he doesn't have to take the test at the DMV.
Congratulations.
So, yeah. Is it a congratulations? It's kind of scary. So
Bullshit.
he does still he has to have his permit for a full year, and he didn't get that until December because he waited a little while after he was 15. So we still have a good 6 months worth of practice, thank goodness. So thank you for that. Happy 4th of July to everyone in this upcoming holiday weekend. I'll be going on vacation tomorrow. I take a flight up to Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I'll be watching fireworks over the Mississippi, and we're gonna enjoy our time. So stay safe, everyone, and enjoy.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Swager.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I'll be short and sweet as well. Although you did a phenomenal job tonight, I do hope Mayor Gannon is okay. I am pleased. I don't want to spoil the surprise that she's not here about the peanut butter and jelly.
I avoided
think she
it.
knows.
I avoided.
But I think that was a wonderful, collection of teamwork and just spreading the word on social media. And of course, Sharon Edwards, 10 years strong with Life as a Donation. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to help unload the chamber truck, but I was able to participate at Walmart, going on the shopping spree, and I did sneak on Thursday morning about 20 jars of peanut butter in there, so I think that's what did
Oh,
it.
yeah, that pushes over the edge.
Over the edge. But also looking forward to America's birthday this Friday, 4th of July. And if my wife doesn't know this, I love her very much. So I just had to put that on the record. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Left field, right field.
It's fine, okay. Councilmember Knapp.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you for running the meeting tonight and doing a fantastic job. I'll be the briefest.
Oh, okay.
I hope everybody has
that a
a
challenge?
fun and happy 4th of July, celebrating America's birthday, but more importantly, like to wish a very happy early birthday to former Second Lady and still my wife, Nicole, who also shares a birthday with America. So, happy birthday, Nicole. I will see you soon. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right.
Vice Mayor.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Nicole. I'm going to be really long.
Can't help it.
What? It's, you know, shorter if you tell us, if you don't tell us that it's going to be short. I'm just saying.
The pressure's
You know, Councilmember Swager and Councilmember Tadaszewski, we know Mayor Gannon will discuss it if she feels like it on the 15th, but congratulations to the mayor and the city for winning the Peanut Butter and Jelly Challenge. Congratulations to the chamber. It was really close. I was at 1,028 to 1,005, right? And so, Councilmember Swager, you're 20. In all seriousness,
Buffer.
yeah, I mean, that was the safety buffer. But Life is a Donation wins with that. You know, our local Walmart wins with that. The chamber wins. Mark Howe, Sharon Edwards, Life is a Donation. Oldsmar Cares essentially was the grand winner. And it just shows us that when Oldsmar Cares says, hey, we're running low on this item, and Sharon just rallies all of those people, and especially the involvement of this particular competition was so fun. And we all saw the videos and the pictures, and so just a great job there. I try to do it every year, and as we all do, the Alliance was here tonight, as they should have been, but hurricane season is upon us. Please don't wait to load up on your supplies. Go get them, pay attention. I know there's been, you know, some disturbances floating around, nothing major. I know we all rely on, you know, whether it's Dennis Phillips or Mike's weather page or some of the other area weathermen and women, weather people, meteorologists. It's important. So, happy 4th of July. That is all I had. So, item number 14 is consider approval of the tentative agenda for the July 15th, 2025 council meeting. I would like to add item number 6 from tonight's agenda. And I would like to add a request to excuse the absence of Mayor Gannon from the July 1st, 2025 council meeting. Does anyone else wish to add or remove any items? Sensing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the tentative agenda as amended. What?
Do you have to make a motion to, oh, you're doing that now?
Yep. Well, I'm asking for one.
Asking for one.
You have to,
You want to do?
oh, that's right.
This is one of those where I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to phrase it right.
I made it really
so
easy. No, I already, I made the,
So moved?
I moved,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or you
Move
have
to
to-
amend the tentative, the tentative agenda as amended.
Second.
hey,
Oh,
okay.
there we go. We're moving. We're shaking.
Any discussion? All right, sensing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, motion passes. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second that does not require a vote. Thank you all so much for everything tonight. We are adjourned.
Volunteering for that.